Guys, welcome back. I know it's been a minute. I'm trying to get back on track. Sorry, I look a little bit crazy. It's okay, it doesn't matter. Um, I am going to be finishing whatever comes through series. I did not feel like it was 6 days, but apparently it's been 6 days. I went to go check the next reading that needed to be done, and apparently it's you guys. Is it you guys? Did I do? Let me make sure. I'm sorry. I checked and I swear I was like, oh, it's Capricorn. And now I'm like, no, it's Libra. But I'm pretty sure I did Libra. Let me just double check this. And honestly, it doesn't even feel like it's been 6 days. So I'm like, what? Where the hell have I been? Yeah, it says 6 days. Sagittarius. Yeah, so it's you guys. I don't even remember doing this. Okay, guys. I will get back on it. I'm sorry. I have not felt great. And there's just been a lot of... I know there's a lot of other people as well that have gone through a certain cycle. But me, I'm ending a huge cycle that was very traumatic for me. And so there's a lot of resting. I went from 4 weeks not being able to sleep to now I'm always tired, and I literally could sleep like, I don't know, a lot. Yeah, last night was the first night in many nights that I fell asleep at like 10 or 11, and then I woke up at 8 to wake my daughter up for school. And then I was just so tired. I was like, I'm gonna go back to sleep. And then I woke up at 11:30, then had to run some errands. And then here we are, but I legit could go back to sleep. And if you ask anybody that knows me, they'll be like, yeah, she hated sleeping. So it's just a weird thing. And I know it has to do with just gestation and the energies that are being cleared out, right? It's just, you kind of go through it. So anyway, I'm trying to get back on track and get into it every day again. But yeah, okay, so Capricorns, my BFFs, you guys got Hawk Spirit. Let Spirit be your guide, and the abundant universe will provide. Yes, and with Hawk and Buffalo, I'm getting and even Turtle. Like, this is all for me. This is all your ancestors. This is all spirit guide. This is all like generations of... I'm just seeing like a bunch of your spirit. I'm telling you, it feels like your guys and Cancers and Capricorns are almost like the opposite ends. And just depending on who you're dealing with, right? Because I have Cancer in my North Node. So that would be Capricorn South Node, right? And depending on where you have Capricorn, that kind of thing, there's a lot of conjunction. And so I'm getting that you guys might be dealing with the same thing. So maybe you guys have been dealing with closing out a cycle where your spirit guides, it's a whole almost like... and it doesn't feel like a graduation, and I just got cold when it's them telling me like, yes. It's feeling like a whole ceremony. I see all of your ancestors and your guides almost like in a circle, and I'm getting very emotional. Oh, of being there to congratulate you and to thank you. There is a cycle that you guys are finishing, that you guys are closing out, and this was a lineage. This was something that has not been able to be closed out by anybody else in your family line, in this family line. And I don't feel like... I just heard, yes, this family line, but other family lines, like your family line, right? The family line that you belong to, people that have come before you. If you're a starseeds that have come before you, that were unable to come and finish this as well. Like this, it feels like this was one of the most difficult lessons that you've had to go through, and you were able to close it out. You're able to close it out, and you've done it stunningly. I'm hearing. I'm still emotional. Uh, so it's almost like your whole family. Oh, you know what it's giving? You know that scene from Harry Potter when he dies for a little bit, and his whole family. Oh, no. He's walking to fight Voldemort, and his whole family, his god, is it Godfather? Is that what they're called? I don't know. We have them in Spanish, but they're called something else. Um, his teacher that had passed away. Everybody that had passed away that meant something to him and what had been there and protected him that had passed away, they were all there walking him basically home, right? They were walking him and they were there supporting him, walking him to the finish line. Capricorns! Oh my gosh. I have not yet cried on YouTube, and you guys will not be the first to make me. Oh my gosh, this feels so emotional. It feels very beautiful. Like it feels full of love and support, right? Let me pull out of this energy because I can't read like this. Look, you guys make me cry. You guys are my BFFs. You guys are not supposed to make me cry. Anyway, Capricorns. Yeah. So the universe, your guides, especially your guides, they're walking you home. They're saying these kinds of lessons, this was it. This was it. This was what we needed you to do, and you did it for us, right? And now it's time for you to move into a more abundant spirit, a more abundant place. And remember, when we're talking about abundance, we're not talking about just money, right? Because yes, unfortunately, we do live in a life where we live in a world where money is necessary. It is the paper that makes the world go round here, right? And I don't think money in itself is evil. I feel like money makes people evil. And people that are evil use money for evil, if that makes sense. Like, I can tell you right now for a fact that if I had billions and billions of dollars, I would be doing everything in my power to change the world. I would be building communes. I have so many ideas. You guys have no idea. But um there's nothing wrong with having people who are trying to do good things, it to have money, right? But there's gonna be an abundance. I'm hearing you guys have always had to do everything on your own. It felt like you never had support, family support. You guys grew up in a toxic um uh childhood, toxic parentals, right? And these are things that you have been going through and you have been healing, you have been learning lessons about, and you have every step of the way, the spirit has asked you, hey, we need you to do this so you can move to the next step, and you have said yes. You have said yes. It wasn't like, no, but I don't. It's like, okay, this is gonna suck, but yes, I'll do it, right? And so this last challenge, you were asked to do this last one, because this was something that they needed you to do, but it was a hard one, and it felt like it actually took a piece of your um what's the word I'm looking for? It took, I actually said this in another reading, it took a piece of your um innocence. It killed off a piece of your innocence, what you went through, right? Because you saw things and you were treated certain ways that you had no idea. You had no idea that people actually could treat people that way. Like, you had a belief in humanity, and that has been null and void. You no longer see that anymore. You now see people how they truly are, and that killed that off a part of your innocence that you had still, even having gone through all the things that you guys have gone through, Capricorns, because I know you guys go through a lot of stuff. Like I said, you guys go through a lot of stuff, especially depending on where you have Capricorn, right? Like I have Capricorn in my 8th house, so y'all know. If you know, you know, right? um but this isn't the cards I'm going to use. My grandmother's here and I have her on the table, which is funny because I was supposed to hang her up. Here we go. These are the decks. I got the 4 of there. Yeah, healing. Let's put that back. But even when you were young, the person that's supposed to teach you self-love, the person that's supposed to teach you how a man's supposed to treat you is your father. And either he didn't treat you the way, he didn't teach you, in fact he taught you how not to be treated, and that's why you allowed so much shit, or he just wasn't there, right? And the other person that's supposed to treat you and teach you how to self-love and how to be maternal and all that was the if a you had, you know, you had both masculine and feminine, whether you were in a same sex, you had a same sex parent, right? There's always one that's a little bit more masculine, one that's more feminine, and they're meant to teach you certain things. And I feel like you were not taught a single damn thing you were supposed to be taught, and you had to teach yourself. And how do you teach yourself things that you don't know? You don't know what you don't know, so you don't know how to teach yourself things that you don't know, right? And it's not, we can't sit here, and this is the thing that I've learned, right? You can't necessarily sit here and blame them fully because they weren't taught things that their parents didn't know. It's a full fucked up cycle that we go round and around and around on. But then you come in and you are a certain amount of awareness, and you know you are meant to come in for something, and you know that you're meant to stop a specific cycle because you feel like what is going on is not right, right? And you change that cycle, you break that cycle. And I feel forever for whoever I'm talking to, Capricorns, I'm seeing like a chain, a link chain, like a metal link chain, just popping open, like breaking after breaking, just breaking curses after curses of not just yours, but of lineages, not just lineages of the family you were born into, lineages for people and soulmates and family that are from other, you know, like just doing it and just doing it and just breaking the doing the thing, just seeing somebody just yeah, fuck this, I'm gonna break them all, right? Breaking all the chains, breaking all the chains. You guys got she who avenges, nemesis, revenge, outcomes, justice. Yes, this is something that puts you in such a dark place. And I feel like Capricorn, I feel like you're getting your revenge, but in the way of living your best motherfucking life, that it's a joke that what you went through and what people tried to do, how they tried to harm you, the things that they said behind your back. It's gonna be hilarious. It's gonna be so funny. You can just wipe your ass with all that shit, right? It's gonna be so funny, and this is gonna be your justice. This is going to be your justice. The outcomes of everything is going to be on your side because you did the work. You stayed quiet when you had to stay quiet, and you spoke when you had to speak. You stood up for yourself when it was time and you knew you had to, and you stayed quiet when you knew that, you know what, let them all talk shit about me. Let them all say what they want to say. They weren't there. They don't know, and I don't care. Them being out of my life, I neither gain nor win. So who cares? And that is when the universe is like, yep, she's ready. She who rises up, Pearl. Come on, Capricorns. This is beautiful. Empower, uplift, elevate. Yes, and you are going to go on and you are going to show everybody how the fuck it's done. And I just saw 444. You are guided. You are protected. You are being walked. to exactly where you need to go. You are going to be teaching people exactly how the fuck to get out of this shit and rise up again. Because what you got out of was something very difficult. Very difficult. Okay. And I feel, I'm like I said, it's not just one thing. I feel like from the beginning, from the, if your story was a Bible, if if it was a book, it was from the beginning, life was shit, right? It was just one thing after another, and I had toxic parents, and then, right? And it was one thing after another, and you had to learn how to be healthy and you had to teach yourself. You had to teach yourself because you didn't learn that in school. You didn't go to school and they taught you, hey, by the way, if you have a man that acts this way, or if you have parents that act this way, that's not normal, right? Hey, let me teach you how to use your credit because your parents don't even know how to use credit. So this is how you use credit, right? Right. If you don't eat healthy and you eat this way, right? Oh, by the way, you were born with an autoimmune condition since birth, and if you don't learn what it is and try to control it, you're gonna get worse when you're older, and you're gonna feel sick forever, right? Right. No, you don't know, and nobody tells you. Nobody tells you because they don't know. No, nobody knows. There are people out there that have parents that yeah they do teach them. I've never seen. I personally haven't seen those, but I'm sure they are. And that doesn't mean you're any less than, right? Good for you. You probably had to learn lessons in different ways, right? But the Capricorns I'm talking to, you guys had to go through some shit and you guys had to go through some shit alone. Okay? I feel like even if you were in relationships, if you guys had kids, you were alone. It feels like it was almost like it was nobody understood what the hell you were saying. It was like you were speaking a different language. Yeah, she who creates Shyla, creativity, originality, spontaneity. That energy of wanting to cry is just I think you guys need a release because I really didn't feel like crying, but now it's just like, oh my god, it's there. Um so the Hermit in reverse, yeah, coming out of you guys went into Hermit. You guys went and you guys allowed yourself to not allow that anger that you guys had, the anger, the resentment, all the poison that you guys had. You didn't allow that to stay. What you did was you went into hermit mode, you went into your little hidey hole, and you allowed that to transmute. You allowed it to, excuse me, I do weird things when I'm channeling, so I'm burping. You guys allowed that, look, the Hierophant. You guys allowed that to um transmute. You guys allowed it to, you cried it out. I'm seeing people in salt baths. I'm seeing you doing the inner work. I'm seeing you doing the outer work. I'm seeing you, even I'm seeing some people went into a state of depression, which is fine. People think, oh no, you're depressed. Listen, that is you actually releasing energy. You getting sick is releasing energy. You moving, you even being in a small state of depression where you are just, it feels like it's numb, but it really isn't numb. Like if people say, oh, it feels numb, but really there's this agonizing pain in the pit of your stomach. The crying in the shower, the all of it was part of it. And you allowed yourself to go through it. You allowed yourself to go through it, right? Whatever it is that you guys did the work and you allowed for the pain and the seed of hatred, the seed of anger to not stick, to not stay. With the Hierophant, yeah, you guys used, maybe some of you guys even went to church. Maybe some of you guys went to a therapist. Maybe some of you guys went to a psychologist. Therapy and psychologist is the same thing. Sorry. But you guys used spirituality. You guys maybe used Reiki. A lot of you guys used what you knew you could use. You knew the tools that you had, and you guys did that, and you guys healed. And I do still feel like there is some healing that needs to be done, but there's only so much healing we can do on our own, right? We can only do so much healing on our own. The rest of the healing has to be done. It has to be triggered outwardly, right? People have to come in and you have to be triggered by outward things, by things outside of us, right? We can only do so much work. We can only do so much Reiki work. We can only do, right, so many salt baths to release energy. It takes time. It does, right? Especially depending on what you went through, and especially because you're actually clearing out years and years and years, lifetimes. I'm hearing lifetimes of trauma, lifetimes, lifetimes. I just to tell you, I went to go do some Merlin Reiki, Merlin magic, and I still had things from my Egyptian lifetime. Let's just put it that way, which was like, yeah, I was a seer for a pharaoh. No, we're talking like a long time ago. Let's clarify Buffalo. The Chariot in reverse and the King of Coins in reverse. Feeling like nothing was moving forward. Feeling like no matter what you did, there was a feeling of you had no control over your sovereignty. Like nothing you ever did in your life was moving forward. Like you pushed and you pushed and you pushed and you didn't give up. Even when you said you would give up, you wouldn't give up. But because of that, you're bringing up the Six of Coins. You're finally gonna get equal give and take with the Queen of Coins. Now it's all coming in because now you're being walked home. You're being walked to close off this cycle because that energy needed to be let go. Rising up is clarified by Ace of Swords. Yeah. You weren't able to see the truth, but I feel like now you see the truth. Yeah, now you're seeing the truth. I feel like the truth you wasn't even shown to you. I feel like you're giving yourself the truth of the situation. It was almost like, you know what? The truth is that what I went through doesn't matter. This is my life, and I have to come in here and I have to get up, bitch. Nobody's coming. Nobody's coming to fix it. Get up. The Sun in reverse. You need to make yourself happy. Nobody's coming. You need to fix it yourself because you have everything that you need to fix it. And you're getting up. And the universe is saying that's what we needed. We needed you to realize that it was all in you, Dumbo. It was always in you. The feather was always in you. And this is going to help you. You're somehow, whichever path you take, Capricorn, this is going to help you elevate other people to. I heard some of you guys are going to be speaking your voice, but not everybody. Some of you guys might be writing a book, motivational speaker, different things, right? But this is going to give you the opportunity to be able to help other people to get out of this. Help people that are still going through this to walk them home, right? Right. With the Five of Swords in reverse. And the Devil in reverse. Yeah. You're no longer allowing bullshit. You're no longer allowing people that to come in and to mess with your peace. You're also releasing a lot of addictions. You're releasing, and when I say addictions, that can vary from doom scrolling to eating to drugs, alcohol. It can be anything, really. I mean, people can be addicted to shopping. To shop. I had this conversation with my mom. Like, she grew up very poor, and she's borderline a hoarder. But she always claims, but I'm an organized hoarder, which she is. She is. She's very organized. She's not one of those people that has like trash on the floor. She's a very clean person, but she's borderline a hoarder. She has, no joke, in the something like 600 shoes, um, clothes, all of that. And that's something she hasn't healed, right? And if she doesn't want to heal that, then there's no healing that, right? You can't force somebody to heal. You can tell them what you think and their opinions and stuff, and I can see the lesson she's going through, and she'll ask me, and I'll tell her, this is a lesson you're going through. But if she doesn't want to change that, they can't change that, right? But when we decide to change the things that we're going through and releasing things, and even dealing with somebody or people or family members or things that are still toxic, and we continue to do that, you're still saying that I still want to be in this different role, right? And that's, you're doing that. You're doing that. I'm seeing the change of behavior. But also, when you're dealing with toxic people and toxic behaviors, it's an addiction. You have to treat it like an addiction. And I tell you this because I went through a toxic relationship, and I had to treat that like an addiction, because at the end I didn't even have feelings, but there was still that pull because it was karmic. So I treated it like an addiction. I went cold turkey because I was being physically, I was not safe, right? So I treated it like an addiction. And that's sometimes what you have to do. If you have to cut off a friend, you treat it like an addiction. Not 2 days later they call you, or, oh, they sorry, and this and that. No, it becomes a cycle. They've done that 30 times already, right? Oh, but it's my mom. I don't give a shit. If your mom is toxic or doing messed up stuff, or messing with your peace, bye. I didn't talk to my mom for 10 years. There's probably less than that, but it was a long time because again, I grew up in a toxic childhood, right? Things change though. Things change. That's not what I'm saying. You don't have to cut out people, but like I said, don't let labels take allow people to take things from you that you cannot not afford to lose. Okay, Capricorns. All right, let me get you guys some fortune cookies. These got a little bit bent, which makes me a little bit mad. I need to set up a better. Okay, you guys got commitment. A commitment is indicated around love or business. It will make you feel better. Yeah. Intuition. Trust your intuition. It is a great time to learn a new skill, change careers, or invest money. And then at the bottom it says, reinvest in yourself. A transformation is taking place. Enjoy a new lease of life. What did I say? There is changes. There is changes. It's giving like revenge body or revenge life. It's what it's giving. The best revenge is living your best life. That is the best revenge, Capricorns. All right, my BFFs, I'm going to leave it here. I appreciate you guys being here today, and I will see you guys soon.